Ladies and gents, you're never going to believe what Neil Mohan, the CEO of YouTube, just leaked in a recent interview. You guys, this kind of flew under the radar, and if you're a new creator, this could change everything. Because for the first time in a long time, Neil pulled back the curtain on how YouTube is actually evolving and what that means for creators looking to grow, get discovered, and make money fast. And trust me, if you're only focusing on shorts and vertical video, you might be building the wrong thing entirely. All right, now before I tell you the juicy details, let's rewind for a second. Traditionally, YouTube's success has been all about just a few things: consistent uploads, good thumbnails, optimizing for retention, and figuring out how to hook people in the first few seconds. Now, all of that still matters, but if you pay attention to what YouTube is currently evolving towards, you're going to give yourself a massive leg up. And what Neil just said kind of flips the entire playbook on its head. Here's a direct quote from Neil.
I think more and more creators are paying attention to the fact that in many cases, the majority of their watch time comes from television screens. You're starting to see this in terms of sort of like more of the cinematic palette that creators use.
Did you guys hear that? Television, TV. Television. Audiences are binging YouTube like Netflix, and most creators are still filming like it's 2018. Vertical, fast, and forgettable. This is the first big shift you need to understand. People aren't just watching clips anymore. They're watching shows. Content creators who are building shows are winning. And here's what Neil said about that. He says, especially for younger viewers, when they turn on the TV, they turn on YouTube, and they expect to see their favorite creators, podcasters, live streams, and even NFL games all in one place.
A younger viewer who, grew up with their TV experience really being YouTube expects to see their favorite creator, their favorite podcaster, their favorite gaming live stream, an NFL game, music video dropped by their favorite artist, all in one place.
I want you to think about that for just a second. YouTube isn't just competing with TikTok anymore. It's gunning for broadcast television, and your content can ride that wave as well if you know how to position it. So what kind of content is rising fast? Well, just listen to this again from Neil.
Like that people would want to not just listen to a conversation, although lots of people do that on YouTube today, but also, see who's having that conversation, and just sort of to feel sort of part of that.
So check this out. I actually predicted this 2 years ago in this video where I said this. 26% of the US population listens to podcasts every week. Ready for this? Booyah, baby. 81% of the entire US adult population uses YouTube. So you're going from this little small fat fraction, 26% of US listens to podcasts, to 81% on YouTube. So yes, podcasts are now booming, not just audio, but on YouTube with video as well. And the numbers are insane. Check this out. 1 billion users watched podcast content on YouTube last month. 400 million hours of that content were watched on TV screens alone. But here's the part you really need to hear. It's another direct quote from Neil.
Your YouTube channel is kind of more like a library than it is like a feed or kind of like a trend of the day type of a concept. So, its value should only increase over time.
In other words, stop treating your content like disposable posts. YouTube wants creators who build catalogs, not just moments. Now think about that for a second in the context of all the other social media platforms. This is what makes YouTube so much more different. Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, they're all timeline-oriented platforms. What you post today is going to be gone or almost virtually impossible to find 48 hours from now. So think of your channel like a library, and you're going to have a leg up on all of the other social platforms. All right, so now let's connect all these dots. Here's your updated playbook if you want to stay ahead of everybody else. Number one, structure your videos like video podcasts. Even if it's just you, think about pacing, story arcs, and clarity. Shoot like you know someone's going to be watching on a 60-inch screen in 4K. Let your content breathe. Use small pauses for emphasis. What I mean is don't cram every second with cuts or overlays, and just consider letting moments play out naturally instead of rushing to the next talking point. Even if it's just a few seconds of uninterrupted focus, it can boost your viewer retention. Number two, pull your best moments into shorts. Short form is not going away, my friends. It's growing on televisions now too. Neil said this.
Having a short strategy, right? Really, even if it's a pointer back to kind of your long form, is another important aspect of it.
One of the fastest growing screens for shorts consumption is the TV screen. I don't understand this, but my kids watch shorts on TV. We got this big giant TV, and they watch something that is this skinny money on that entire screen. Make it make sense, people. Leave it in the comments below. Do you watch shorts on TV? Here's how you repurpose your long form content into compelling short. Every time you drop a stat or tell a good story or share a relatable take, clip it as a standalone short. All right, number 3, create with long-term value in mind. This is how you build a channel that compounds, not one that burns out. And finally, here's the twist that no one is talking about. YouTube is watching how TikTok makes money with shopping, and yes, they want a slice of that sweet juicy pie. I actually made a video about that a couple weeks ago. You can find that right here. And here's what Neil has to say about that.
You know, we are the original and largest creator economy. It's something that I'm very proud of. We've paid out $70 billion to creators.
He says, we are the original and largest creator economy, and helping creators make money is one of our core priorities. If we make money, YouTube makes money. And what that means for us, more monetization tools, affiliate options, and integrations are coming, and probably faster than most people think. And not to mention, you guys, ad revenue on podcasts are typically much higher because you can put in more ad breaks. All right, so here's a podcast that I did recently with Daryl Eaps. It didn't get a crazy amount of views, about 4,000, but the RPM was just under $9 per 1,000 views, which is about 100 times more than a short. So what does this mean for you guys, the new creators? It means you're not just building videos anymore. You need to start building episodes, experiences, channels that people will come back to over and over again. The creators who adapt now are going to win into the future. You're going to win for a lifetime. Well, at least as long as YouTube is a thing. Now, if you want to see another update that will help Shorts creators earn way more money, check out this video right here, because YouTube's doing some funny stuff, some cool stuff with YouTube Shorts and shopping. Check it out right there. I'll see you over there. Bye.
All right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here. And this should be already fine. 2014, 2017. Yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm. And now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right. The order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.